Welcome, we're on board Summer Wind, a 1929 John Alden schooner built by Lyman-Morse up in Thomaston, Maine. The original builder, or owner, lost the boat in the '29 crash. It spent quite a few years up in New England as a well-known racing yacht.
She eventually served in World War II under the Corsair program, which became known as Hooligan's Navy.
Staffed by probably some New York Yacht Club folks or some Boston watermen. They'd go out on 10-day patrols up the coast of New England, Long Island, looking for German submarines.
Sometime after the war, and we don't know for sure when, she was taken to Europe, and she wound up being under charter in Europe. She was rebuilt in Europe at least once, if not more than once.
The boat found its way into the Mediterranean, where it was purchased in the mid-2000s by a Texas oilman who brought it to Florida for an extensive refit, a 2-year refit where the entire boat was replanked, extensive modifications below decks.
She originally was built with a gray marine diesel engine, single screw, and that's all she had. We believe that the MAN diesel was put on board in the 80s, probably in Italy. When she got the MAN diesel, she wound up having shuttle outdrives put on. That gave her a lot more maneuverability in the Mediterranean under cruising conditions. A MAN 320 horsepower diesel engine in it, which in turn drives an Italian transmission, which drives 2 Rexroth German hydraulic pumps, which in turn drive 2 Volvo hydraulic motors, which in turn drive 2 shuttle outdrives that are German. They're about 250 pounds, and they don't rotate, they're fixed. And they in turn are have 2 4-bladed 26-inch feathering PYI props attached. And on both sides of the engine room we have 2 24 kW Northern Light generators, a water maker, 2 water heaters, 85 gallons of hydraulic fluid for both the Lyman-Morse system and the Rexroth system. We have a fuel transfer system on the starboard side, plus 3 air conditioning units, and hydraulic steering is all the way in the stern. And each of the engines has a, when you shut the engine off, there's a valve that shuts on the exhaust system that keeps the water from coming in, because the stern is quite low to the water, and in a following sea, you don't want the water coming into the exhaust system. And our water pumps are on the port side forward. So other than that, the engine room is just a very quiet place to sit around. In '07, she was seen by the next owner, Mr. Williamson of Fort Worth, Texas. He saw her in Mallorca, decided he wanted the boat, so he bought the boat, and then deck shipped the boat to Palm Beach, Florida, where it was taken then to Riviera Beach, Florida, where she was rebuilt to the tune of somewhere between $8 and $12 million. And then that's the configuration we have now.
And that boat, after winning the Newport Bucket Regatta, was subsequently donated to the Kings Point Merchant Marine Academy. After 3 years there, a gentleman named Jim Grundy purchased the boat, retrofitted the boat with a carbon fiber rig, and after a few years of ownership, donated to the Naval Academy Sailing Foundation.
The Naval Academy Sailing Foundation charters the boat to the Naval Academy, and the Naval Academy uses the boat as a leadership training vehicle for our midshipmen.
Midshipmen sail the boat during a summer leadership development program up to Narragansett Bay.
So we take 12 midshipmen at a time out on this boat, where they do everything they do on for instance, a destroyer. Our engine room has water makers, fuel transfer system, lube oil transfer system, lube oil tanks, fuel oil tanks, hot water heaters, water makers, air conditioning, and of course the engine system, and two 24 kW generators. So there's a lot to work on that you would have on a regular ship. The midshipmen do everything on the ship, from navigating, talking on the radio. They do the maintenance on the boat as much as they can, plus sailing it, by the way, and standing watches. And it's a small unit leadership program we use, which is very effective to let them get the opportunity to try their leadership skills on peers, if you will, but they have to teach people everything. And we find out that the midshipmen are better at teaching their peers than us, pardon me, young coaches are. So that's pretty much the same. And we have her here at the Annapolis Boat Show. We've had a lot of people come on board. She's the only wooden boat probably at the show. And we know people have been saying how beautiful she is, and I would agree with that. So thank you very much.